Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Unreal Gold Part 8. In this episode, we are starting the Foundry levels. There's like 1.5/2 of them.
To the forge.
And we didn't get the goddamn log. God damn it.
We see instead flying pterodactyl running in circles.
Alright, the Foundry levels in general are actually pretty nice. I mean, there's a lot of these brutes floating around, but, you know, the brutes are relatively easy to dodge with their rocket attacks.
No slacking on the job.
I kind of wasted that 50 bullet pickup, but oh well.
These guys are just going about their business. These are wage workers. Forging. Stomping around. Shellacking.
They're pretending that they can hit us with rockets.
Lollygagging.
I don't think they're actually lollygagging. And behold the minigun. We already went over how terrible I think the minigun is. And in this game, it's pretty much the exact same. So what has been new in the world of Cloud whilst we are going through this?
Well, it's much more of the same, I find. I'm about halfway through the Fountainhead now, and what a... I felt that you might appreciate this more than my buddies to whom I brought this up. So, Ayn Rand has revealed herself to be a rather patterned writer because, once again, I'm reading a plot about single white female has secret relationship that eventually becomes compromised, onset of ideological dysfunction, making people believe the superior way of thinking is believing that existence is non-existence, human beings have no minds, etc., etc. And it ultimately underscores how disappointed I am that, well, she keeps going back to the same themes over and over again. This is the third time I'm finding this.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like Atlas Shrugged. I mean, Atlas Shrugged more or less, well, at least the movies for Atlas Shrugged, more or less focused on the entrepreneur and businessman as opposed to the female lead. But, you know, the female lead was still a rather large part of those movies, or at least the first one. I don't think I actually saw the second or third one. I mean, I think I may have saw the second one, but I'm not sure.
Right, so Dagny Taggart is to Dominique Francone as Henry Reardon is to Howard Rourke. They are literally like the same people, except their ages are like 10 years apart.
Oh, damn it, we fell down.
Well, darn. Well, we'll have to retrace our steps.
No, we'll just have to take the elevator back up.
Is it?
It's a service elevator, so... Have you ever known those people at work that actually use the service elevator just to be lazy?
Yes. Quite often, actually. I mean, not at my work, but...
I'm worried that I would actually be that asshole that would just use the service elevator without large packages just to be lazy.
I mean, my uncle has an office building where you have the option of either to take the elevator to the second of 2 floors or take the stairs. A lot of people take the elevator.
When honestly they should be taking the stairs because the stairs are better for them.
It's just... There are so many old people in the world that if you don't have an elevator in your 2-floor complex, then you might have a problem.
Yeah, but it's only 2 floors. It's like, what, 20 steps usually?
Yeah, but you know what makes one step difficult? A walker.
Yeah. Ow!
Blast. Blast.
But yeah, this part will probably be mostly using the flat cannon and how glorious it is. The flat cannon is still the best weapon in the game.
The body maker.
Well, corpse maker, but yeah.
No, you cannot break the windows.
As for me, I have been going back to replay Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, and I'm playing on normal mode for the first time, and it's not a lot of bullshit, honestly, but I feel like there's more bullshit than I remember there being in it.
For example?
Alright, so at the moment I'm trying to do Jeffrey's Charge, and Jeffrey's Charge is honestly a pretty simple level, but the design of the level is very counterintuitive to the story that's going on at the moment. You see, things out of character knowledge. We know that the Duke of Felleray is actually raiding the castle while we're here, and Jeffrey and his knights are among some of the best soldiers in Lucina's army. Oh.
Console!
Yes, I said, oh, fuck, no, because, yeah, fuck these guys.
Command does not receive.
And, yeah, and to go back to Fire Emblem, I want to, as a player, I want to speed through this level as much as I can, and because the story reasons for it are we're not actually supposed to be killing most of these guys, despite the fact that they're rebels. They're actually, they're Crimean citizens, and they're not actually that good at fighting either. So it feels really bad to have our elite soldiers fighting these guys. Thing is, there's so many dudes. Like Wodao, which is the weapon he's using, because I don't give a fuck about his name, has got like 30 or 40 units on the map at the beginning, and by turn 3 he's getting heavy reinforcements. And it's like, if I'm not supposed to kill these guys in story, then I need to rush this. But the problem is, Jeffrey on his own can't actually survive more than about 2 turns on the whole line. Not because he's underpowered, but because there's just so many fucking units there.
How do you solve an intractable game problem for the player? Throw tons of mooks at them. They'll figure it out.
Well, that's the thing, the gameplay wants me to go around and kill every single one of these bastards. And with the allied forces I have, I can certainly do that. But the story wants me to rush through this, and it's a case of story and gameplay dissonance that feels really weird in Fire Emblem, because this whole chapter is more or less about the conflict between being a successful ruler and being the kind of ruler that you want to be. It's why Elincia is actually the best lord. Elincia is best girl in this game.
I could see how a turn-based action RPG would at least enable you to command and to organize troops. That was at least our keeping with the narrative. But a mook fest?
It's not really action RPG, it's tactic RPG.
Okay,
those are drastically different, I promise.
Tactical RPG, so you don't level up, in other words.
No, you do level up. That's not the action. The RPG is, the leveling up, the improving of individual characters, and the bettering of yourself. The tactics part is the fact that, if you're not careful, all your dudes die in a single turn.
Well, what do you think we should be learning?
Very specifically, you need to use a lot of the resources that they give you ready access to, like the ability to tell how far your enemies can potentially move by highlighting them, and how strong how much damage your units will take if they actually engage in combat. The game gives you a shit ton of resources in order to make sure that you have all the knowledge that you need in order to make the challenge reasonable, fair, and winnable. But I'm, a very lazy person, and I don't usually use all the resources that I have access to. This is me being terrible as opposed to the game being cheap.
So die of mooks, you ye unlearned.
Yes. Mind you, it sometimes feels really unfair, because a lot of the time the mooks that I'm fighting are actually stronger than my mooks, and it's like, but my mooks, I've been trying to funnel experience onto my mooks, and you won't let me do it.
You didn't do it enough early game, so now catching up at last minute is ineffective.
Very ineffective.
And meanwhile, here in this game, we are a one-man army.
Yes, because we have, almost 20 different freaking weapons at our disposal.
And we have no friends.
Well, we do have friends, but not, very well developed friends. They not only are our friends, mostly because they look up to us like a savior.
I can't even remember the last time you came over my house to meditate with me floating off the floor. And here you come to my house and ask me to do murder.
On the day of my daughter's
On the day of my Nolly's wedding.
I get that reference, despite the fact that I've not actually seen Cloudfather.
The Cloudfather.
The Cloudfather, starring over on Cloud 9.
I'm gonna make you a cloud you can't refuse. It's gonna rain buckets all day. I mean, we're not hurricanes here.
I've been reciting segments from that movie. Actually, it's just like when I'm really bored, it's kind of my equivalent of singing in the shower. I'll recite scenes from my favorite movies.
No, but you don't recite anything from Princess Bride.
Well, it's funny. I don't remember the exchanges in Princess Bride as much as I remember like the one-liners.
Yeah, the one-liners in Princess Bride are pretty awesome, though.
It's inconceivable.
Yeah, you keep using that word. Do not think it means what you think it means.
Roll.
I personally think that the Scar are actually easier during this run, as in their AI is just slightly dumber. Now, I don't really have any definitive proof about that, but you'll notice that I'm using the 8-ball gun a lot against the Scar.
It works.
So, yeah, it works, but it's not supposed to work as well.
It's a grenade launcher. How could a grenade launcher work? The only downside to a grenade launcher usually is limited ammo capacity.
Yeah, but the 8-ball gun and flat cannon do not have that problem. And in the next part, we'll continue going through. Ah!
Oh my god! Surprise!
Evil ambushing fruit.
Bet you weren't expecting me.